Consistency. Okay. Check 1, 2. We are live. We are live and thriving. Okay, let's turn off the music. Perfect timing. The song is down. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the weekly study group. It's the one time out of the week where we do some figure drawing. And there we go. So one time out of the week we do some figure drawing, and let's transition it in. Boom. We work on stuff. My dog's scratching at the door. I'll be right back. You want to come in? Come in. Come on. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. It's the day out of the week where we do some figure drawing. If you're in the Discord, there is a voice channel you can join us on. If you're in the Discord, you are live on YouTube right now, so just keep that in mind. If you are going to say anything, don't say anything that you wouldn't be happy to say in public. If you're on YouTube, I don't think there's anyone on right now, but later on, if you're watching this in the future, we do this every week. I stream it. You could follow along. If you're interested in joining us on Voice, I don't know how to get you there. There's a Discord link. It's not my Discord, but we use it. Dan Warren's Discord, and I'm just a part of it. But this is just a little weekly event we do. My name is Miguel Coronado. I'm an illustrator and concept artist living in London, and I'm here to answer any questions. We're supposed to just chat. Anyone in the voice chat, feel free to start chit-chatting. We're going to start the studies shortly. I might need to move my dog because he's kind of climbing over stuff. So 1 second. Get out. Let's go. Okay, sorry about that. All right. So let's get started. If you're wondering, if you're on the voice chat, there's a YouTube link to watch the video. If you're on YouTube, we're about to start. We start with a 1 minute poses. Basically, we'll do 10 1 minute poses. So the first 10 minutes are quick drawings. Okay, cool. So some people are just listening in. First 10 poses, 10 minutes, 1 minute per pose. After we do 10, we just start doing some longer poses. I think we'll do some 5-minute poses, and then we'll transition to some 20-minute, and probably end with a 30-minute pose. So there's a little bit of everything. Anyway, so let's get going with it. Let me just pull up the window and get some water. If you're on YouTube, feel free to follow along. I mean, you gotta be on YouTube to follow along. Let me rephrase that. You gotta see the visuals. There might be a slight delay in the voice chat versus the YouTube stream, but it's not too big of a difference. It hasn't been an issue so far. This is the 3rd week we're doing this, so if you've joined previous weeks, welcome back. If you, again, Yeah. Dan Warren's Discord. How do you get there? There'll be a link.
Here, I can post a link if you'd like into the chat.
Yeah, post a link into the YouTube chat just in case someone's wondering. Um, I, I don't want to do my own Discord. I want to just use someone else's. I don't want to be
That's
responsible.
fair.
I don't want to be responsible for.
As long as you
Yeah.
follow the rules, everything's all G.
Um, okay, guys. So let's get started. We're doing only covered models because we're on YouTube. We're streaming. We're going to be doing all genders. I don't feel like drawing babies, so I turn off the babies. Child, teen, adults, okay. Interval, we'll do 60 seconds, so that's about a minute. And number of images in practice, we'll do just 10. There might be some repeats. If there's repeats, I'll just skip them so we don't have to do the same poses over again. Get your pens ready, get your pencils ready. As soon as I click go, it starts immediately. I got to get a new layer on, and I got to adjust my screen. Screen down. Okay. Let's get a nice brush. I've been using this really nice charcoal brush on Procreate. It's got this like angle to it. I really like it. Let's get started. There's no music. It's because people are chatting, so it's hard for me to hear the chatting and then the music at the same time. On the count of 3, 3, 2, 1, we're starting. Strong pose, strong female. I normally go to a life drawing Wednesday nights, but this week they canceled it for some reason. So this is my only community event for the week. Just doing the stream tonight. But it's my wife's birthday week, so we're going out on Thursday. And we got some friends coming over on Friday. That should be fun.
Yeah, sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it should be good. We're doing sushi on Thursday. It's a nice sushi restaurant here in town. I mean, there's a bunch of sushi restaurants. It's London. There's a bunch of sushi restaurants, but there's one in specifically the area we're in. Oh, shit. What the? That's crazy. The session. What happened? It's supposed to be... It stopped. Let's try that again. Next pose. Okay. Let me just double check the stream is working. Okay.
Yeah, the stream's working
Okay, good.
quite well.
Just because last time there was that one time it wasn't updating on the stream and I was drawing by myself, but just not helpful. You gotta get the knees. The knees for this one is tricky. Just in perspective. How you doing, Sharky?
No, I've been doing all right. Kicking along. Yourself? How has your week been?
My week's been good.
We'll bring back one fantastic week. We'll ask everybody how their week has been doing.
Yeah, we did. I took off Monday because my shoulder was aching me from drawing. It's been aching me a few weeks now, but I felt like I needed one day off from drawing all day, so I took Monday off. I still drew a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. I had some freelance I did, but I didn't spend the entire day drawing. So that was my thing for Monday, and then today back to work, got things done. shaping up to be a
You
pretty
gotta
good
always
week.
remember it's important to take a break, rather than to stress something like that. You know.
Yeah, yeah. You don't want to really hurt yourself. I have my my iPad's at a different angle now, so I think that's been helping. I was holding
Hmm.
my iPad up. If you're looking on YouTube, my iPad's down below me, like a normal drawing desk would be. But I had it up, like kind of in my face for like a whole month. I don't know. I used to hold it that way all the time. It was kind of like in my face, and then um, my shoulder started aching because I was like holding my arm in this position to keep my the iPad, to draw. But,
Hmm.
I was like, oh my shoulder's really starting to hurt because it was like a full month of basically nonstop drawing because I had my day job, which I draw, and I was doing freelance, and I had like this one contract that was about to end, and so I was like pushing to get it done, and it was basically all of my free time was work on this contract. So I was working nonstop. I was working like all weekend, and then I was working after work into the evenings, and it was just this whole thing, and I think it just took a toll. It burned me, kind of like got a burnout in a way, not like a physical burnout, like my shoulder was killing me.
Hmm. Well, yeah, yeah. With that kind of stuff, it gets you really easy, especially with the shoulder, because the shoulders can sometimes be very, very, very hard to give rest to. You know.
Yeah,
A reminder to everybody to always make sure to take breaks and look after yourselves. You don't want to be breaking yourselves and making things worse. You know.
yeah, you gotta stretch, get up and walk around. I go on runs every other day, so I go on like a run every other day. But I think what I need to start doing is going to the gym properly again and actually doing weightlifting to
Hmm.
exercise the other parts of my body. My We weren't getting a gym membership right away because we thought we were going to have to move, and then we just found out we are going to be able to stay for another 2 years. So we're like, oh shit, we should get a gym membership now because we don't want to get a gym membership to a place then have to move across town or something.
Yeah. It
Um,
kind of feels a bit insane, you know, when you have to. Uh, I always think is that if you have to travel longer than what you're doing, it feels kind of like
yeah,
uh, just a bit not silly, but a bit like just wasted, you know.
yeah. So now we got the okay that we're going to be staying. It's like, okay, let's get a gym membership. Uh, I just realized I'm doing this wrong. I normally turn these layers off as I go. Um, but yeah, doing just regular weights again because I used to do that like every other day. Go to the gym and lift weights and do like a jog and stuff. Um, but yeah, that's kind of where we're at, which is good. We didn't really want to move, but if we by the time we move, we want to be able to actually buy a place, and we weren't at that place yet.
Hmm.
It's like, well, we can't really buy a place yet, so we're just going to rent somewhere else, which is kind of annoying just to rent again and not be able to actually afford a place.
Are you planning to stay in the UK, or are you looking to when you move again to move back to the US or something?
No, we're gonna stay here. This is like our big our big move is a permanent move. Um, eight. Pose number 8. Um, yeah, this is like a permanent move. We're here for the long haul. Um, we want to be able to eventually start a family now that we're out here. And my in-laws will be moving out here soon, so my wife will have all of her family close again.
Not good that you're stuck in England, but it's good that you found somewhere you want.
I like it. Yeah, I like. I mean, I like London. I haven't really visited too much of England yet, just because this first year we were just kind of getting used to this area, and um, I've been to Scotland, and then we went to like Brighton, and
Hmm.
that's basically the only two places we've been to.
As
This,
like I'd say, like you got a good rail system for kind of getting around. It's just unfortunately the rail system in the UK is quite expensive.
yeah, it yeah. Some places it's more affordable to like get a plane flight than do the train.
Yeah, because I used to live in Wolverhampton, which is about 30 minutes outside Birmingham by train.
Oh, okay.
And we were looking to always kind of do weekend breaks to somewhere in the UK just to see this, but it was cheaper to fly from Birmingham to one of these places than it would have been to get the train there. And we
Yeah,
always thought, it's like, that doesn't make sense to us.
yeah. That's what we took the train to Edinburgh once, and I think it could have been cheaper just to take the plane, but we wanted to take the train. This is the last pose for this session, and we'll switch it up. Um, I think I've seen this model before. Not just on here, but like before I've done this, I've seen her. Or them? I don't know. But yeah. How's your week been? How's life?
All right, kind of quiet, but that's just my life. I live it pretty quietly. I'm pretty much nearly enough at hermit status now, so.
Okay. Yeah. That's. I'm not quite hermit. I mean, do you live with someone? Are you alone? Are you?
Well, yeah, I live with members of my family, so we're around, but we still barely talk.
Yeah. I'm here with my wife, but um, I don't go out too much during the cancel
Mm.
this session. We'll pull this back up in a moment, people. Um, I'm just going to organize these drawings real quick. There's no reason for me to leave the house really during the week because I'm just working, and we normally, unless we unless we need really specific things, we just order groceries to our place. So we just stay
Mm.
in the house, um, and then um, that's kind of been how it's been here. But the life drawing I've been going to has
That's
been nice.
because Paddy's Day here, and I don't leave the house at all on Paddy's Day. It's like, nope, not chancing that at all.
Is it crazy over there?
Yeah, it is just crazy, and getting anywhere in Dublin at the moment is a nightmare to start off with. But on Paddy's Day, it's 10 times worse.
Yeah. That's what. Okay, everyone. We're doing some 5-minute poses. 5 minute. What time is it? 7 to 8. So 5 minute. What is it? 5 5-minute poses. 5 5-minute poses. And we'll do some 20 minutes. Um, only covered models. All genders is fine. 5 minutes. Take a sip of my drink. Oh, and let us begin. Okay. Oh, this guy. We did this one already. We're gonna skip this one. Okay. Um. Yeah, I've been doing the life drawing consistently for, I guess, 4 weeks now.
I think thereabouts, yeah.
And then this will be our third figure drawing week, so it's been pretty consistent. That's the only way to get this stuff going, is be consistent. And I have noticed an improvement in my sketching ability. I'm doing a card game right now where I got to draw a bunch of character cards. They're full body illustrations, and I've noticed that I'm able to construct the figure a lot faster and more accurately because I've been doing these figure drawing set days and like the life drawing.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of proves that, like, life drawing does make a huge difference in what you can do.
Yeah, there's just little things I'm picking up that I'm like, it's a bunch of the, because like all the major forms, I think most people get the major forms pretty quickly. We're like, okay, bicep, tricep, and like forearms, and like there's a bunch of that stuff's like fairly easy, but like little things like seeing how much the elbow points on the models, like everyone's elbow is kind of pointy, and then like even like right now I'm drawing this woman's bicep from behind, because you normally don't see a bicep from behind. Her legs should be like a little bit longer, I feel like. Whatever. I always try and pay close attention to the legs because the legs are my weak point. Yep, yeah, so. Yeah. What's the time? We got 2 minutes. I think I can block out some shadows. But yeah, I've got this card game I'm doing, and it's actually quite like kind of a goofy stylized look, so it's been pretty fun to do. And they don't need
I think
it.
you were talking about that last time, saying how much fun you were finding it to do and more relaxing it is.
Yeah, because this one, they don't want fully painted, like they don't want fully rendered painted illustrations. They just want like the drawings are supposed to look kind of like pen and ink drawings, so they're supposed to look kind of like drawings still. They're not supposed to look like fully rendered things, and that's good to. It's just more fun to draw because I can just have fun being silly with it, and like I don't need to spend as
Yeah, we
much
were saying it
time.
was kind of like if that was much akin to something like what was it, Munchkin? Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like a Munchkin, and yeah, the finish of the card is kind of more like a Munchkin. So like, it's a decent paycheck considering I'm only drawing that amount of finish on the cards. Like I'm not doing a crazy render, which that's when it those crazy rendering people, because everyone always wants that same like D&D look where it's like, oh, it's like painted, rendered, it's got the lighting, it's that
Yeah,
same
everybody
look.
wants that magic kind of feel to their cards. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone wants that kind of magic look. Or if anyone hires me for RPGs, they always want it to kind of look like the D&D look, where it's just like rendered and painted, and like it's fine. I just get tired of that look, and like you can actually get, you know, you can get work in different styles. So you just gotta show you can do it. Oh, there you go.
Like, I can't remember. I think it was the last Magic cards I was looking at. It was just somebody was sharing the art of them. I can't remember the name of the expansion or the box it came from, but it was a very unique art style where they didn't go for their traditional look. They actually went for very stylized looks that really fitted in well with the world.
Yeah. Yeah, that
when it wasn't like hyper rendered or anything like that. So it's like, no, that's really good to see that they're finally trying to adapt to other stylings and knowing that that's what people kind of want as well. You know?
yeah, it's also like with like the AI stuff, like it's if you have really good ideas and a fun style, it's more valuable than just doing the generic fantasy style because
Mm.
like the AI could just spit out fantasy images like there's no it's more unique to have like a quirky fun idea. Hey, get down from there. The dog's like, I gotta get my
You're
dog.
supposed to be part of the stream. That's all.
And now he's my wife left her bowl from dinner at her desk and he's like smelling it. He's trying to get over to it. But yeah, the what was I saying? The styles, you don't have to. You can be professional and make good money and not have to do these completely fully rendered paintings all the time. Like I feel like everyone thinks that's the only way
Yeah.
you can do a professional style or be professional, but you could just be really good at this one particular style, like your own unique style, and people will pay you for it, and like you can still get as much money as like someone who's spending hours and hours rendering. Um,
Very true. Yeah. Yeah, I think it does depend on the theme and the company itself. You know.
yeah,
So it is kind of good to see other companies come out and say like, hey, we kind of want this. You know. And then you look at people like the Pathfinder people. I can't remember the name of the company that Pathfinder is. Is Paizo or
Paizo,
something?
yeah,
Is it? How I've always kind of say like the fact that they've always kind of gone for multiple art styles for even the same stuff. You know.
yeah. That's Paizo's interesting because they got they'll well. I feel like if you have like as long as you have a strong sense of the characters, you could probably get work for
Mm.
a company like them because they just want like a strong sense of character. Um, they're not sure. Like I don't feel like they care as much about like making it look exactly like that because they're not trying to be D&D. They're trying to be an alternative.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's more opportunity to like um, branch out.
Like I feel like when the art becomes too generic, as in like it looks like everybody else's, it feels it's become a little bit sterile. You know.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Dara?
Okay, sorry, I was just checking if this was connected to the headphones.
We are live. Just to remind everyone, we're live
Yeah.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
Watch what you're saying and watch your language.
Yeah, the language. For my personal channel, I don't mind, but it's just good practice to not be too crass, just generally in life.
Yeah, by the way, I'll probably mute myself
Okay.
every once in a while because I'm really screwed up with the cold.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
And my coughing with it's been like really bad.
Yeah, no
to
worries.
the extent
Okay.
that I feel like I've been like force choked
Oh wow.
during certain coughs. Yeah.
Yeah, just mute yourself. That's common. I do lots of like work meetings. It's common. Just mute yourself if you need to cough or sneeze or burp loudly or something.
Yeah, but sometimes it will be a little bit difficult for me to oh god damn it. It'll be sometimes difficult for me not to because sometimes when I've been speaking I just have this random sudden gasp of air that just causes me to cough.
Oh yeah, no, I've been there. I think everyone's had that um, sudden urge to cough. It comes out of nowhere.
I typically don't get the cold, so this is sort of new.
Yeah. Sorry,
Just
you're not
make sure
feeling
that
good.
you take care of yourself. You know.
Yeah. Eat some chicken soup.
Yeah.
What is this? What is he doing? I'm going to buy. I think tomorrow I'm going to go to the art supply store and buy a dedicated sketchbook for my life drawing. I've just been using the
Nice.
I've just been using the paper they provide, which is like that newsprint.
Mm.
It's really thin, and I haven't really cared about I don't really care to like have a I didn't care to have a dedicated sketchbook, except that I've been going there for like 4 weeks now, and I'm just starting to pile up loose papers in my desk. I'm just like got these loose um, newsprint sheets, and they're just kind of like they're just loose. They're just hanging out, and I'm like, okay, I should just get a book and just
Yeah, or
use a
you like
book.
even in the art and craft stores, you can pick up a scrapbook that you could probably all uh, put them into, either tape or glue, or
Yeah, yeah. I need something to hold my stuff, but the so I'm trying to. I'll probably break down and just buy a nice sketchbook, something with a bigger piece of paper, so I can like experiment with drawing bigger. Um,
Mm.
I need it to be at least as big as my iPad, but maybe a little bigger would be nicer, just to be able to really draw these figures out. Like, because I'm always constricted to the iPad when I'm working anyway.
Yeah, like I'd say like this is also a perfect opportunity to maybe push yourself out of your comfort zone as well.
Yeah,
Go a little crazy, get like weird, weird paper. Uh, like even like oddly colored paper or something like that. Look in the bargain bin and see what nobody wants. And you're like, I can work with that.
yeah. There's a guy at the sketch group that he has like a tan paper sketch pad. It's like a sketch pad of tan
Mm.
paper, and he uses like a I don't think it's charcoal, but it looks like charcoal, like a charcoal pencil. And then he uses
Mm.
a white grease pencil. So he always blocks in the lighting with all of his figure drawings. Um, and it's really cool. It looks really nice. And like, I guess the reason I wasn't buying the his arm is off. The reason I wasn't buying the sketchbook was because the life drawing for me wasn't about showing off my life drawing. I'm trying to just go to practice and talk to people. I don't really care if
Mm.
I don't really care if I draw really interesting people. I'm trying to be accurate, obviously, but I'm not trying to like show off my life drawing.
Yeah. There were more practice pieces than portfolio pieces or
Yeah,
pieces like that. So.
they just to understand construction and like if I make it look somewhat good, that's that's cool. But like I'm more about like learning than I am about trying to.
Mm. But you still want to keep it kind of organized and in a neat place, so
Yeah. So
you can even look back at the progress you've made over the last couple of months.
yeah. This arm is way off, but whatever. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna go out tomorrow and buy a sketchbook for myself, and then I think what I'm gonna
Mm.
try and see. I wanted to start using some charcoal because they provide charcoal there. Um, I was like, oh, maybe I should start using charcoal.
Charcoal's a lot of fun.
Yeah, yeah. The only thing is, I don't know if I'll need to buy like a fixative to spray all my drawings. Um,
Hairspray works.
yeah, yeah. Hairspray, just like, but then it had to. As I was saying, so the only downside about using charcoal is I would need to like buy hairspray and bring it with me to fix
Well,
all
like
my
it was
drawings.
great because when I was in art college and stuff like that. Um, yeah, we were always told like the cheapest ways of doing X, Y, and Z,
Yeah,
and we're like hairspray. So we'd go to like, and there has to be some around the area where you are, or even on the way there, like pound shops that will sell like a bottle of hairspray for
oh yeah,
like a pound or £1.50. Like if you put this in your hair, it's going to destroy it. But if you're using it on anything else, it's going to be fine.
yeah. There's definitely a shop like that nearby where I live. I think there's one in. It's called Poundland.
There you go. You'll be able to find it definitely in there for literally about a pound.
Yeah,
It will do you a long time, and there you go.
yeah,
But yeah, no, with these kind of things, it's like you've already pushed out of your comfort zone of going out and drawing in front of people. especially with certain things like this. And now it's like you can push it even further with using different materials. You know.
Yeah, that's what. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. Yeah, I completely forgot. I meant to do a whole series of life drawing with my pocket brush, my Pentel pocket pen, uh, the brush pen.
Yeah.
I meant to do that. Like I've been meaning to just do an entire life drawing where I just use ink, but I just completely forgot to do that. I was gonna do it the last time I did it, but I've been using a really soft pencil, like I think like a 7B, um,
Mm.
just super soft. So I could. It's kind of like the digital pencil I'm using now, where it's just real. It's kind of real thick lines, real soft. It's not like meant for. I'm not trying to do a bunch of details. Um, and That's what I've been using. And then there was one day I pulled out my brush pen and I did like a few of the gestures with the brush pen. I was like, oh, I should do more with the brush pen because it forces me to work faster, or like it forces you to kind of commit. Um,
Yeah, it can build up. Like it was when I was looking at people. It was a few years ago when I was looking at artists like someone like like a Kim Jong Gi or even a Katsuya Terada or anything like them.
yeah,
Like I was always wondering, it's like they do it so like there's a lot of paintings where like Katsuya Terada as well. He just picks up a sharpie or an ink brush and just goes to town on something.
yeah,
And it is just that they have so much confidence behind each stroke that you know that, and it's only over years and years and years of what they've been doing that they've built it up. You know.
yeah, yeah. There was someone at the last figure drawing I went to. Someone was using a Sharpie the whole time, and it looked really cool. Like
Mm.
it was kind of wonky, like because it was Sharpie, so it was like the first line is the first line, so like it wasn't perfect, but it looked cool. Like there was someone there. One week there was someone there who was doing this really kind of like wiggly charcoal line, and um, what I noticed is that like the life drawing I was doing was definitely more like this is for like a study. It's not really meant to look like a showpiece. But this one person was doing this wiggly Sharpie lines, and like there's it looked like the kind of like figure drawing you could like frame and hang up. Like it didn't look perfect, but it looked interesting, and it was like just so interesting looking. I was like, oh, I would like frame their life drawing up because it looks so intriguing. Um, it doesn't look perfect, which is kind of like why I like it more. Is it kind of looks like it's clearly like a study, and it was just like these contour lines with charcoal, and they're kind of wiggly, and they repeated the lines repeated over the form a couple times, um, and that was kind of like their little style they were doing, and I was like, oh,
Mm.
this person's like of everyone at the group, this person was the only person that had art that I'd want to hang up. Like everyone else had like there were some good drawings, but I wouldn't want to like hang them up in my house if I could pick one person's piece to like take home, it would have been theirs. There's even the guy that I know who does the really cool like the toned paper. Like
Mm.
his stuff looks pretty accurate, but it looks so accurate that kind of looks like uninteresting. Where it's just like, oh yeah, it's like pretty accurate. Like it's a pretty accurate drawing. So yeah, it's nice, but like, I mean, unless you want like a pretty accurate drawing of like a naked person, it's not that interesting. But
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, sorry. Let me just. There's a few seconds left in here. Okay, I was making sure no one was trying to chat with me on Google on YouTube. Um, I always forget about the chat on YouTube.
Yeah. No, it seems to be quiet today.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I think the only comment we're getting on the Discord is Shay saying, "Poundland." Yes, there's shops called Poundland.
Yeah, the best shop in the world. No. Yeah, it's just a dollar store. It just sounds funny because it sounds like some weird porn site.
Yeah.
Poundland. Um, what did I was gonna say something. Okay. Okay, this is the last 5 minute post, everyone. Um, oh, this is a pretty cool post. Um, yeah, so don't bark right now. Okay, that's my dog. Thank you. Um, yeah, the sketchbook is what I want to get tomorrow, and that way next week when I go, I can just start filling up a sketchbook and have all my stuff in one place. And then ideally start trying some
Yeah,
charcoal
it'd
out.
be good to have, and it'd be good for you to also kind of maybe date it as well,
Yeah,
so you can see your progression with it as well. It's something nice for you just to have, you know.
yeah. It'll be good because I can start filling stuff up. I need to finish. I got the sketchbook I started. Well, let me rephrase that. I got a sketchbook I started back in college or university, and I had started as a comic, and I never completed the comic. And
Mm.
oh man, I just undid. I just realized. I try not to undo when I do these studies, but I just caught myself doing it. Um, I was making a comic in college, and so I was like, this whole sketchbook's going to be a comic, which is not really how you do comics, but it was like what my intention was. And then I just abandoned it
Yeah.
because I didn't know what I was doing. Um, and this year I picked it up and I was like, I'm gonna. I guess it was last year. Last year I picked it up and I was like, I'm gonna finish this book. I'm just gonna use it like a normal sketchbook and actually finish it out because I've had it for like over 10 years. Actually, no, 20 years. It's going on 20 years
Yeah.
now. And then so that's kind of my. I'm really close to finishing it, but I just need to dedicate more time to drawing on paper. And because I switched to digital for work, I used to fill up sketchbooks all the time, but
Mm.
because I use
Did you ever
digital
find
so
when you
much,
switch
yeah.
from going to digital to traditional, like pen and paper, that if you make a mistake, you do try to hit Control Z in real life?
Well, yeah. I mean, I do it because I use the iPad. I find myself double tapping my paper on accident
Yeah.
because that's how the Procreate undo works. Like you make a mistake, you're like fuck, and then on the flip side, when I'm drawing a lot on paper and I draw on my iPad, I'll start blowing after I erase because I'm still used to blowing the eraser bits away. So I'll be like,
Mm.
and I blow on my iPad screen. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, it's not even. I'm just so used to blowing off the eraser bits. Um,
Done that.
yeah, I was like,
And there's gross girl there just
hello,
popped
Ghost
in.
Girl. I know.
Yep,
I,
hi, sorry I'm late.
I caught your panel sessions for as long as I could.
Oh, good, thanks. I gotta be honest, I don't feel great about how they turned out. Like, I hope people found them helpful, but I realized how little I prepared.
Well, they seemed helpful to me. I don't know how you were
Good.
hoping it would go, but sometimes you always hope for more than is. Sometimes your expectations are higher than anyone else's. Like
Yeah, that's true.
you
That's
as the
definitely true.
presenter. Um, I still want to plan out that how to be a professional talk, and I should be able to do it soon. I have my talking points written out. I've been waiting for like a few more talking points to kind of pop up. Um, basically, I've been waiting like if something comes up in like my work life, I write it down.
Hello.
Hello,
Okay.
hello
It's,
everyone.
the mic on my thing just started. Wasn't working.
Greetings, and then also just one more time for the record, we are live. Just to tell everyone, just to remind everyone.
Sorry about that.
But yeah, the I think I'm getting close to having all the points down. I just need to organize them, and then I'd like
Mm.
Gross Girl and Sharky. I'd like to kind of just show you my points, and like have you
Yeah.
like look them over and be like, oh, and then if you suggest anything like, oh, what about this? What about that? We can add those in. But lots of my feedback, not feedback, but lots of my talking points come from working in studio. Um,
Mhm.
okay, that was the last 5 minute pose, everyone. Um, lots of my talking points come from working in studio, so I know it's a little different for people that just do full time freelance.
Mm.
Um, as I and also I don't work in office anymore, but I was in office for like 8 years.
Hey, I'm back. Oh, where did my
Hello.
stats go?
Um,
Welcome back.
we're about to start the longer poses. We're gonna go for. I want to just go straight into 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So we'll pull one up in a second here. I'm just gonna check chat if anyone needs. Hello, Chocobo, Hakobo. Um,
What happened?
how you doing?
That was
Sorry I missed Sunday. The we saw what did we see? That Hail Mary, the Hail Mary movie,
Project Hail Mary.
Project Hail Mary. That's it. Yeah. We saw that, and it was much longer than I thought it was. And then I was coming back. I was supposed to talk to Hakobo on the stream, or just chat. I don't even know if we were streaming or just chat. Um, welcome. Okay, 20 minutes. If you need to run to the restroom, run to the restroom. I think I might run to the restroom real quick. So if everyone wants to wait just like 5 minutes, maybe not even 5 minutes, just like a minute. But grab a drink, get yourself prepped. We'll do a 20-minute pose when I come back.
Okey-dokey. Quick, guys. Dad's gone. Buy pizza. Let's have a party.
With extra pepperoni.
Oh, dang. He never lets us get extra pep.
let's order a Playboy.
Let's just DoorDash a Playboy real quick.
Yeah.
Uber Eats.
We don't know what it is, but we just know we're not
Ow.
supposed to have it.
I see they have a. You know what? Actually, I dropped that. I dropped that joke. I lost it mid-sentence. Completely, like, I spaced out. I looked out the window, and there was just, like, the fattest squirrel. It completely derailed my thought process.
The Uber down to the 3-second mark. I passed you the ball. Easy layup. What happened?
I know fat squirrels are very distracting, though.
It was staring me down. We made eye contact.
He was asserting dominance. He
I
owns
think
your house now. That squirrel owns your house now. Your home.
Dang it.
You're just
Gonna have
merely a
to
guest.
kill that
there.
squirrel.
You know what? It means the squirrel gets to pay the bills, though.
No.
Oh. Just an immediate no.
Yeah, just immediate no.
No, I think this one knows my cats and likes to come to the windows or like stare down the windows to taunt them. They've noticed.
Which is fair.
I just had this thought. Am I even streaming the audio? I'm not. No, no, you are. I am. I am.
Okay.
Because I had it
Oh,
on.
you are.
I had it on. I had the music on at the beginning, and I was thinking, did I pause the music or did I stop the feed, like the music feed? And has everyone just heard me talking with it? No one else talking this whole time. Just hear half of a conversation. But no, okay, we are streaming. Great. Just because otherwise it doesn't make. The whole point was to like put the video out. Then if somebody misses it and like they stumble upon it like on Thursday, they'll be like, "Oh, this is cool. What's this all about?" And like they could follow along if they wanted. That's the whole idea behind it. But
Yeah.
20-minute pose. I'm just gonna maybe I might even like we'll see what pose comes up first, but like I might skip to like a really interesting one because we're gonna be on it for 20 minutes. Like this one. Do we want to do a guy in a chair for 20 minutes? Let's just this one. Oh, we did that one before. Okay, this one. Okay. How's everyone's week going? How's everyone feeling?
Highly
Okay, so
distractible.
I've been working on my.
Oh god.
I've been working on my my Superman thing. I've been making some progress.
Nice.
Yeah. It's for Anthony Kong Jones mentorship. And apart from other than that, it's my sister Recently went back to Yale.
Oh,
you know,
nice.
Yep. And I am sick.
Oh, that's sorry.
Yay. That sounds super awesome.
Yeah.
Seems to be going around a lot of people.
I also
so-
feel sick too.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
Sharky was saying, it's been going around, whatever it is.
Worldwide.
Yeah.
I feel great, so that's amazing.
Thank God.
Yeah, the
One of
only.
us has to stand out from the crowd, man.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
telling.
I do hope you all feel better soon.
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Um.
Yeah, I hope it turns out like working with children a lot tends to get you sick.
Definitely.
They
Yep.
they hold more
Yeah.
vials and viruses than the Umbrella Corporation from Resident Evil. So
Yeah.
Oh,
The
Probably true.
we went to we did like this Mexican food night at our friend's place, and their daughter is like, I don't know, 3 or something, and she was just coughing the whole time. And I was thinking, oh my god, am I gonna get sick? I was like, please don't let me get sick. I was like, she's just coughing. I was like, oh no, we're gonna be sick in a couple of weeks, aren't we?
Well, that's it. I'm dying.
oh my
Yeah.
I
God,
accept my
Kyle
fate for
Martin.
this Mexican food, though.
Did you say Kyle Martin?
Yep, he's on the chat, the YouTube chat.
Oh,
bad.
Kyle Martin.
Hello, Kyle.
Hello, Kyle.
Holy shit, you guys got a whole gang today.
Yeah.
You could join us.
I believe Kyle is in the Discord as well.
Yeah, Kyle, you can join us in voice.
Come out from the shadows.
Yeah, he's right there, yeah.
Boy,
Unless you're like at work or something, I guess you can't join us. But
Well, you should definitely join us if you're at work. We're not gonna get you fired.
I promise.
I don't.
Well, neither do I, but you don't have to be honest about it.
the what was I gonna tell you all about? I was gonna tell you something, but I forgot. Work. I had to paint. I didn't paint anything. I had to draw. Like a room. I'm trying to walk around this without saying exactly what I worked. I had to paint this room, and I was in ZBrush today. I haven't been in ZBrush in a while, but without the full context of what I'm drawing or talking about, I can't really express the story properly, so I'm just going to abandon it right now. Anyway, I drew this room, and I used ZBrush today. That's the end of my story.
How do you like ZBrush?
I love it, personally. I was the first 3D program I learned, so for me, it was like I had nothing to compare it to. So like I know lots of people that do 3D and other programs hate ZBrush because the interface is so different from any other 3D program. But
Heard that.
if you don't know any 3D program and you use ZBrush for the first time, the interface is designed to be really like artist friendly. It's really designed to like let you sculpt and have fun without thinking too much about the 3D programness of it all. So
That's good to hear.
that's the intention behind it. So like if you're trying to compare it to like Maya or like even like Blender or something, because Blender is similar to like it's kind of similar to Maya. You get really confused by how it works. But then if you've never done any 3D before, and you just start sculpting, to me like I used to do like mask making and prosthetic makeup effects.
Mhm.
So I'm used to sculpting in clay, and if you sculpted traditionally before, ZBrush is really great because it's really designed for people that know how to sculpt and want to sculpt digitally. So I love it.
That is good to know. Was ZBrush like? Can you rig and animate with it too, or is it strictly just making statues and figures essentially?
It's mainly you can like texture, and there is a way to rig, but you can't like export the rig. There's a way to like rig in ZBrush for posing purposes.
I see.
I've done that
Yeah,
before
I think
once, but yeah,
I think the animation is like Maya.
yeah.
You animate with Maya.
Yeah, Maya and Blender both do it, but the reason why I'm asking is just because like it's the interface of 3D programs that make it difficult for me to see it. or like to learn it. I mean,
Yeah.
just because like it's newsprint. There's so much stuff, and I get overwhelmed really easily.
That's
So I was
same.
wondering if there's like a shortcut, essentially not shortcut, but like if it's a better fit. But I want to do animation and stuff, so I just gotta learn it. I just gotta be a big boy and learn it.
I've like started learning Blender like I don't know 5 times. Like I jump
Yeah.
I learned as much as I need to work within it, and then like I don't use it again for like a year, and then I'm like, oh, like
Mm.
I completely forgot how to use it. I forgot how the hotkeys. I forgot all the. I never even learned the hotkeys. It's more like the interface keys, like how to navigate. I'm always like, how do you even navigate? And then like my friends do like a Blender study group every now and then where they go online together and do tutorials, and they'd all like basically make
cool.
a class for themselves. Um, they're all my friends from my old job I used to work at, and that's really cool.
Yeah, that's great.
I kind of went off on my own path with everything, like because they're doing it as like a side thing. But I learned ZBrush more as like I need to like learn it for work, um, and it's been really helpful for me. Like it's always helped me in my job to like know any 3D program is helpful for a job if you're going to be in like games or even just regular illustration.
Yeah, definitely.
I think.
I'm kind of
Wait, what are you saying?
sorry. We keep starting at the same time. And
No,
then
it's
keep
okay.
pausing because we're polite. It's my goal to aside from, I'd like to get back into like animation as a hobby because like I used to try to pursue it as like a job,
Yeah.
and I could never force myself to do it, just because it was on this like pillar of importance, and so I ended up backtracking on it a lot. Um, so in doing this, I want to learn not only Grease Pencil, which is the 2D animation part of Blender,
Yeah.
but also I want to do what Jesus in the Discord does, where he uses Blender to help kind of set up parts of his illustration, and then he can go in and get more accurate lighting or better perspective or whatever. Like the comic I'm on right now has like a bunch of spaceships and stuff, and having a model of that on hand as my
Yeah.
reference would be so helpful.
That's what so I was doing this environment today, and I don't normally do environments. So whenever I have to do environments, I basically immediately go into ZBrush and block out the space with like an overhead, and like I kind of
Hmm.
block out the scale. That's what I did today. So like I did the scale. It was like so many squares by so many squares. So I have that like on a 2D image, and then I import that 2D image, and then I just like block out the scene on top of it. Rudimentary, it's nothing crazy.
Hmm.
But it gives me all the perspective I need.
Digital.
It gives me all the perspective I need to draw over it. I just trace over it basically, and that's my environment drawing. It's like, but doing that has helped me pick up like regular perspective drawing, just through like having to like match it. Like I'm like, oh, okay, I'm
Yeah.
starting to see how it works better uh, for a hard surface, really, and for like environments.
Mm.
I understand it with characters.
Kyle
It's just
Mine
always
was
this
saying
weird
there.
block for it. What was that?
Ooh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, nothing.
No, I was saying there. Kyle Mine is talking there in the chat saying he's currently doing animations.
Oh, yeah.
But he was also saying Jesus or Jesus's work goes crazy, which it does. His Dwarf
Yeah.
Fortress stuff is absolutely just. It's gorgeous and it's just so spot on for them, you know.
Hmm.
Yeah, his that's kind of my goal with how I use ZBrush. The one thing I need to do now is ZBrush used to have a rendering. Um, it wasn't ZBrush was paired up with Keyshot, and Keyshot was like a rendering package, and it was like super streamlined where you could like sculpt in ZBrush, then you throw it into Keyshot. It imports it directly into Keyshot immediately, and then Keyshots like you just drag and drop materials and textures onto your model, and then they just become that texture. And it was really easy to use, but that was like 10 years ago, and they stopped that link up stopped ever since Maxon bought ZBrush. Um,
Hmm.
and so I just need to learn Blender so I can learn the rendering aspect of Blender and assigning materials to my models and stuff because I basically lost my rendering package because the whole thing got cannibalized when Maxon bought the ZBrush company. But they also brought it for iPad, so it's really nice having ZBrush on my iPad. I could just sculpt on my couch.
There's another one that apparently it's good for. That's very good for iPads and stuff like that, and that is the
Nomad.
Nomad. A friend
Yeah.
of mine, he's been switching between, I think, Blender and Nomad for a while, and I've seen a lot of smaller creators
Yeah.
use Nomad as well, like toy creators. So apparently it is very, very, very good.
Yeah.
Mm,
AJ uses
with a
Nomad.
little bit of work if you make it into like printable models.
Yeah.
Oh, so difficult.
AJ.
There's a program. I'm not sure if it's like probably not used because like I've used it myself. The models are like but basically a lot of professionals also use Daz.
Oh yeah,
which
Daz.
is-
Oh god.
I use
I thought Dad since I was a teenager.
there's an iPad app
Yes.
called Pose.
Maniacs?
Pose. No, it's something different. It's basically the same thing. It's like Daz, but it's for iPad. And so I bought that because I've needed particular references where like it's not something there's certain references where it's just too hard to get like my wife to pose for everything for me. I try and get her as much as possible. I take pictures of myself, but like there are certain times where I'm like, okay, it needs to be like a group shot, and it's just easier to me to like block in the poses in this posing program and
7
then
minutes.
reference that. 7 minutes to go. Yeah, it should be calling out the times. That's what the guy at the Life Drawing does.
Yeah. Technically, I only had 10 left because I tried to do it digital, but then I was like, screw it. I'll just go back. I'll just do it on the sketchbook.
Yeah. The how's your work going, Gross Girl? Oh, sorry.
Pretty good. I'm having some difficulty focusing recently just because my sleep schedule's been so absolute, like, garbage.
From the move.
And it's been hard to, like... Yeah, I don't know. I'm not adjusting, which is annoying because when we first got out here, I was sleeping fine, but then we got the apartment and started actually moving in, and suddenly it's just, like, out the window, going
Yeah.
to sleep at 2 in the morning and trying to wake up proper.
Oh wow.
I'm still doing good work. It's just I have to start later in the day now because it's the only way I'll be able to focus long enough to do anything, which is
Yeah.
really annoying because I want to go to bed at a reasonable hour, and you know. So I'm working on trying to get that back in a healthy order, like being healthy, exercise, all that stuff.
My schedule's
what,
yeah. What are you saying?
sorry, finish.
Mm.
Your gross work in the middle of something.
That was it. Yeah, I'm just I'm getting there. Happy with the work, unhappy with my timing at the moment, but I gotta work with what I got.
Yeah, I've been on a I basically been on a schedule where I go to bed around 12:30 to 1 a.m. every single night, and that's just the routine that my wife and I have gotten into. So I'm just like a night owl basically, and then like I don't really need to start work until 10 a.m. anyway because I work with the LA company. So like there's no reason for me to be like up working like at 8 or 9 unless because I have to overlap with their hours anyway. So like
Yeah.
if I got up earlier and worked, it's good. I can get stuff finished, but I still have to meet with them in the afternoon.
Yeah.
But I was trying to get up. There was like a week ago when I told myself I was going to do morning studies every day, and I was like getting up at 7 a.m. to do studies. And I used to do that back before I started working professionally. I was like making myself get up at 7 and doing studies every day. And I was like, I'm just gonna get back into it because I gotta get good. And so I did it for like a week, and I was like, okay, this is pretty good. Then I started doing my next freelance job again, and I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm gonna be able to do this. It's like I'm gonna.
Such a mood.
But then I switched it, so now we're doing this now. So this is like a nice weekly stream event that's also a study session. So it's like, okay, this is like a weekly thing I'm doing, and I go to life drawing, which is another weekly thing. So I think I'm pretty covered because I'm still drawing for work anyway. So
Yeah.
I got that stuff. It's making me work still. So, but
I'm
think
just
the ultimate
glad to be able to
goal-
participate this time round.
oh, good.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you're able to make it too, man. I think the ultimate goal for me is to be able to get up early enough that I can make breakfast, I can go on a walk, I can do a couple of warm ups, I can get all smug in my office chair and go like, yeah, I'm working from home.
Yeah,
And then get some work done and just like off and on focus, you know.
yeah,
And I'm on the cusp. I can see it, and the motivation is there. It's just the energy to stay focused and the brain fog that takes over is a struggle.
yeah.
I get medicated. I might be okay.
Oh, I'm medicated. I got, but not for like ADHD though. It's different medication.
Whatever helps.
I'm on. So I don't. I
Ow!
like to bring it up, but I'm bipolar, so I take mood stabilizers every day. But those have helped me greatly.
Oh, good.
For other reasons, just because I don't want to be manic. So it's a different issue.
Yeah.
You don't actually get work done when you're manic. You just think you do.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. But yeah, mood stabilizers, the way to go for sure. They completely changed how I behave in a good way. And like, what was I gonna say though? My schedule is basically like I'm waking up at around 9:30. If I stay up late working a freelance, I might even wake up at 10. And then I like walk my dog, make some tea, and then I get to work and feed my dog obviously. And then they get to work, and then like I'm working until around lunchtime. And then after lunch, I do some more work for about an hour. Then I go for like a run. Every other day, I go for a run. And then I just finish out my day. My meetings are like at 4 or 5, depending on the daylight savings time. Right now, my meetings are at 4. So I have my meetings at 4 o'clock, and then I'm kind of wrapped up by like 6 or 7. Do dinner. And then I work and do freelance after dinner until like midnight or 1 a.m. And that's kind of my routine.
That's a good one. That's a good routine.
So the one thing I don't do, which I should do, is I used to do this at work in the office, is I gave myself like a 30 minutes to an hour of warm up where I just drew or painted something I wanted to do for a little bit just to get into it. But I haven't been doing that recently just because I feel like I need all the time I have to like get the work done. If I want to do it at a leisurely pace. Otherwise, I'd be like rushing to like get a bunch of work done.
I think one of the pitfalls of working as an artist is the need to catch up on things pretty regularly. So
Yeah.
like I've been talking about over the last like few weeks how like I want to start learning Blender, I want to start doing this, and today I kind of put my foot down. I was like, I have to learn HTML, and I'm looking at my time and how I use it like, oh, but I'm spending pretty much all my time trying to catch up on the work that I'm behind on because I'm not sleeping proper.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
The goal is to get that balance to be able to fit in a hobby or something.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
I'm kind of work.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Oh,
I'm kind of working on that. Basically, just I think I've just been okay. So I've been going to the gym. I've been going to the Art Students League, and also I've been going to like dancing classes. And honestly, like it's kind of a struggle trying to still find time to basically like get some time at that desk and like put stuff down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard when you're. I mean, once you get into it, it's like it's different once you get into it because then it becomes a thing where like you you just become used to doing it, and
Oh,
it, yeah,
another 20-minute one. Okay.
yeah, this is next 20-minute one. Um,
No, that's fine.
what was I gonna tell you about? Oh yeah, so I mean, I found it feels hard at first, and then it gets easier because you typically what happens is you start getting better, and then by getting better you get faster. So you get more work done in less time, and you then you realize, and then also once you start like super focusing, like for me, like even like on this life drawing, like if as I'm consistently moving the line and not like I'm not stopping to talk to y'all. I'm like moving the line as I go and like continually moving and working. Like you can cover a lot more ground than you realize, and I think most people don't. When you're starting out, you don't realize how fast you can really go, because you do other things, and then like you think you're. I think most people think they're working nonstop, but like you're not. Most of the time, you're not actually working nonstop. Unless you're like some crazy dedicated student. Um, there's always going to be some kind of moment in your professional career, or even when you're just studying, where you start realizing like, oh wait, I can do way more than what I think I can do, and like it just becomes a thing that it kind of just, I don't know, for everyone it's different. For me, it always felt like I didn't get enough time drawing when I started out, and I was always like, oh, not putting enough time into this, not putting enough time into this, and then at this point now, I'm like,
What's wrong?
I'm putting time into the work, but like I kind of want to do more time into my own stuff. You okay?
Yeah, I hit my ankle earlier. Not ankle, no, kneecap earlier on.
Been there.
Had a situation, gentlemen, which resulted in a rage of beating the crap out of my chair, which hurt my ankle. Not ankle,
Oh, I bet.
kneecap.
I think Huckable.
Won't beat up your chair next time.
Yeah. Throw the chair across the room next time. It'd be better. Don't do that.
Tempted to.
I was
Hated it.
but Huckable. What I was going to tell you is that since you're doing all these different events, I think in the long run, it's useful to like be able to diversify what you're doing, because you're not going to be burnt out as easily. As like someone who just paints nonstop. I mean, it's always a trade-off, because then if you are painting nonstop, then you're probably getting better faster. But there's also a trade-off for like lots of people that paint nonstop and don't go out. They start losing their social skills, and then they become a weirdo.
Kind of a big
Grove.
reason why this, yeah, like me, yeah. It's kind of like entirely why this Discord and Ryan's Discord both exist is for that exact reason. Like, it's so easy to just become a completely, like a non-sapient goblin creature when you go
Yeah.
outside. Like, ah!
It's also like. Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say the humor. Like when I'm online working by myself, and then I go out and start cracking jokes around people that are actually in front of me, I start like my sense of humor is like way off from like the norm, and I'm like, oh, I'm just saying a bunch of weird stuff I shouldn't be saying in public.
Yeah, I think me personally, like I've kind of been suffering from that. I think also like it kind of feeds a fear. It's like I feel like you know the biggest fear that I have is that it's like I feel like I uh, I basically put my nose to the grindstone
Yeah.
and I accomplished everything I set out to be, but in the end I still like in the end at the core I'm still kind of like some wifeless dork, like despite the fact that he can like draw. He can't he doesn't have social skills, doesn't have hygiene, can't stand up for himself. It's like and that's the case for like a lot of professionals in comic books, where it's like they don't they can't really stand up for themselves. That's why they're getting shafted in all these publishing deals.
Okay. I don't know enough about the comic book industry to agree or disagree with that. But
Fair enough.
Sucks what happened to Dark Horse recently.
with the CEO or the guy,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what to say. I I met my partner through work, and I think that's hard. If you just do this, like if this is what you're doing, and like it's hard to it's hard to say like, oh, you just meet someone through work, because if you're just at home drawing all day, then it's like, well, I'm just never gonna meet anyone then. You just at home, you don't leave or whatever, like.
Mm.
And also like
Oh, you're right.
no, so that was like for me, that was like, it'll be like so long ago, like it was before the dating online was really a big deal. So I think a lot of people nowadays are like, if they're looking to date, they're just on the app, like they're not trying to just like they're not trying to just strike up a conversation with a stranger. Most people, I feel like. Now they're like, if they're looking to date, they're like on a dedicated platform to date, and then that's kind of how they are doing it now. At least that's what it seems like to me. But because one of my closest friends from LA, like they met.
It's bad out there for dating too.
Yeah, they met on a dating app, and they were almost going to give up. They had been dating for a while, and because nothing was working out, and they kind of just so happened to meet each other right when they were both about to give up, and like it just worked out. Now they're married, but like that really worked out for them. But like I remember, like when I was first years ago, my one friend's like, oh, so MySpace used to be the way to meet people. People don't really do that anymore. MySpace or like meeting on Facebook. I feel like that's kind of crazy idea to think that you're going to meet someone on Facebook.
There are no real people on Facebook. It's all AI bots and nanos.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
Yeah,
Just
it's
meet
always a
online.
case of certain these things. If you want to meet certain people, not even certain people, if you want to just get out and meet people, it is a case that you have to push yourself a little bit out of your comfort zone.
Yeah,
But like I always found like some great places to go to is maybe something like conventions.
yeah,
Like there's anime and comic
Classes.
convention.
Classes.
God, I need to go back to some conventions.
And stuff like that, or even taking like when like you're doing a mentor, like those are doing mentorships, you could reach out to the students, to reach out to those people and spark up conversations with them, and support each other, and that kind of stuff. And that could turn into something like like a month later, they're like, hey, do you want to hang out and just draw or chat or whatever like that. It's always
yeah,
a case like you can do it, you just it is a case of you have to sometimes push yourself out of a comfort zone and just say yes to situations you wouldn't usually say yes to. Not illegal situations, all legal. Just yes to situations I used to be maybe afraid of. Okay,
Oh,
I have
damn,
to state
told,
that just to protect myself.
I
Yeah,
told
it-
that guy at the book club that I'd help him like rob a bank. Are you sure I shouldn't just do that? I
You
already
should
said
totally
yes.
do that though. You
Okay.
should
no,
do
no,
that.
no, no. You know what? No, wait. But so you shouldn't shit. So you aren't saying that I should help spread misinformation and then play what's that game? What's that game that old people play? Bingo.
you lost it.
Joke is
But you
dead.
lost
Yeah, you lost
Pretty
it when you had to ask us for what it is.
No. I got it from
Let it
Girls
die.
Book.
It's drowning.
I got it from Girls Book.
You got it from her.
Yeah. Normally I ace this shit.
Nah.
You're gonna. I mean,
But yeah, no, pushing yourself out of comfort zones is literally an interesting way to meet people, because for all you know, they're in the same situation.
Mhm.
They wish to meet some new people, and they're pushing themselves out of the comfort zone as well.
yeah,
There's a pretty great thing. I've not been able to join this just yet, just because the timing's still off with the move and everything. But oftentimes, local hobby shops and comic stores and things will host events, and sometimes the events are card games and tournaments and things. But there's one nearby me that does figure study classes every couple of weeks. There's painting meetups. There's like all sorts of things, um, and
That sounds really cool.
yeah, it's
Mhm.
awesome. Like if you're looking to like find a way out of your comfort zone without like leaping into something that you don't do. Like if you're not interested in crocheting, then you shouldn't go to a thing for crochet, right? But if you like to read comic books but you want to make friends and you're ready to leave your gopher hole, go to the comic book store. See if they've got any
Yeah.
events. Sometimes
Yeah.
there's bulletins for things too. Yeah.
I would say
But like
like
stuff you'd be
yeah.
interested in, don't jump in on something like Magic the Gathering and spend like 200-300 bucks, and you're
I'm
like,
too
what?
scared.
What am I doing?
I think
You could, or you could like go to like a dancing class, like I think. I don't know. I
Yeah,
think,
stuff like that. Cooking classes, dancing classes,
yeah,
anything that's kind of like, hey, I'm interested in this. Let's go, and you'll meet new people.
with your accent,
Um,
it sounded like you said cucking classes.
Yeah.
We don't need a class for that. We can set you up.
all I'm gonna say, Mike, is you've heard what you wanted to hear.
I can imagine what a class like that sounds like. Easy. You got like a buff dude thing. It's like, okay, so what you do is you sit at the corner of the bar, and when a couple goes, hey, we like your vibe, that's when you go in.
the
Yeah, and that's when you run out of the pub.
the
But
I
yeah, no, that's all on Mike though. That's that's his bag. No judgment here, but that's all on him.
that's I think meeting up. I think if it were me now, I think the main thing I would do is like kind of the stuff. For different reasons, right? I'm going to life drawing every day. Not every day. That's crazy. I'm going to life drawing every week, and the goal was I live in London now, and I don't really know anyone, so I need to make friends. So I have to like find a way to make friends, and the only way to make friends is like do stuff, and like naturally meet people. Because I'm not gonna like go to like a friend website. I don't think those exist. Like like a friend website. So like going to life drawing, it kills two birds in one stone. I can like practice drawing, and get better, and then I meet people that are interested in getting better at drawing. So they probably have something in common with me, and then I can like chit chat with them. And the way it works at the one I go to, there's a bar below the life drawing event, and you can get drinks.
I'm so jealous.
So everyone's getting like a little beer or a cider, and they're all life drawing. And then afterwards, there's a group of people that stay afterwards and just have more drinks. And that's kind of like,
Nice.
so I'll stay afterwards and have another like pint of something with everyone. And that's just kind of like, that was the whole goal for me has been accomplished. It's like, okay, meeting people, I'm making friends. I haven't made like I haven't made like a best friend or anything out of it. Like I'm meeting people that I'm like casually seeing every week. So it's not like a thing where I've met like my new best friend or anything. But there are people
But
that I've met.
it
Yeah.
is a start. Like that's how you get out there.
Well, yeah, and
They sense your power and they still fear you.
Well,
The more you're there, the more comfortable they'll get, and they'll start to approach you for the little treats in your pocket, and then you can make friends.
the little treats you're
Like those girls,
That's really funny.
Are they humans or dogs?
Sharky, something that you said earlier sparked a completely unrelated to this conversation memory that I think is really funny, so I'm gonna share it real quick. So, when I was a little kid, sometimes my dad would take me to a variety of stores to buy video games, and this would have been like 2004, 2003, 2007, right around in that arena, and I didn't know all the video games. I wasn't very like educated on it. I didn't have an older sibling who was into them to introduce me to like Mario and stuff. But I would just sort of book by the cover it. So this is, I loved Spyro. I loved being a character that was like singular. I liked this colorful art style. And we were at a Target once, and I pointed, "Can I look at these games?" And there was a box set for World of Warcraft and EverQuest and some other things. And he's like, "Well, we can take a look." And I point at EverQuest. And I say, "Can I try that one?" And he just just because he knows what it is and I didn't, just no. Just no.
No.
Yeah.
It took years and years for me to understand exactly how he saved my life that day.
Wait, what's EverQuest?
EverQuest is like,
Yeah, I
it's an
don't know.
MMO, but
It's one of the first ones, right?
Yeah, it's one of the earliest ones. It's
Yeah.
so in depth. It's so genuinely batshit insane how into it people get. That people study it for economy and for finance and for there are straight up wars that happened on there. People make money and lifestyles off of it. Is a huge like life sink if you get into it.
Yeah.
But you also have to commit. You have to be a very specific kind of person to commit it.
I was almost going to get into Eve Online. It's a similar thing. It's a
Yeah, it would be
spaceship.
like-
Oh, I'm
Eve
mixing it up.
has-
You're right. It was Eve Online. Why am I?
Oh.
It was Eve.
Well, no, but
It was Eve Online.
EverQuest is also. I mean, it's one of the first MMOs, and I'm pretty sure that was like people took that very seriously. But Eve Online is like crazy, from what I understand.
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
like, as I said, like people have studied it for. the
Never heard of
economy,
that one
for
either.
It's a
I
very
did
popular.
mix it up.
MMO where you have a ship, and
Yeah.
there's a famous story about how a guy set up like a guild or a union to buy the most expensive ship in the game, and then stole all the money and stole the ship.
Yeah.
And like flew
Oh.
around as like the emperor of the
Damn.
universe kind of thing. And like it was a thing where like all the players had to band together to fight him because the ship he had was nearly invincible kind
Ow.
of thing.
That was-
It's very interesting stuff to look into. And the fact that
Come on.
economy may just look at that and are kind of like, how is this doing this? You know?
Yeah.
There's like a 5-hour long documentary on this by Down the Rabbit Hole. I think I'm gonna find it because it's fascinating.
Hmm.
The what I was gonna. What is it?
No, you were gonna speak.
No. All I was saying was if you're having trouble meeting people and hanging out, there's also I know there's like a website or an app called Meetup.com.
Yeah.
You can make your own
Cool.
event and start trying to like gather people like because that's how when I first moved to London, I went on to Meetup.com and we found like a local board gaming group because my wife and I like playing board games, and we're like, oh, let's go to this board gaming group since we don't know anyone, and so we started going every Sunday to play board games at this pub, and it was just our way to like meet people. We didn't know anyone there. That we just met these people that were like, coming through the event, and it was like a regular 3 of them that showed up every week, and then my wife and I, and it was good for a while. And then eventually, like, we started meeting more friends out here. We're like, okay, we don't need to go to this group anymore because we started meeting people. You know, we can if we want to do board games, we'll just do a board game night with friends instead of meeting a bunch of randos. But like, there's meetups you can go to, and then alternatively, you can do things like yourself. Like, if you're finding that there's nothing that interests you, you could always make something and put some work into it. It might be a little bit of an effort, but like. Even like the hangout we're doing today, like I think I was talking to Gross Girl about it. I was like, oh, it'd be cool if we did this online figure drawing thing because I had so much fun doing life drawing. That'd be cool if we did it online, and so we started doing it, and it was just kind of like okay, and it seems to be everyone likes it. So I think that you can always make your own event up too and just try it out and see. Yeah, it might be a bomb. It might completely, no one might show up. There's always a chance that happens, but it's always worth
yeah.
trying it out too.
I mean, kind of half the point of doing it this way for something like this is to do it for yourself and just sort of open the door for people to join. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you definitely have to be prepared for. One of the things, just to your point, like that I was considering too, just where I moved. There's not a lot of things on Meetup for the type of art that I would be interested in meeting up to do.
Mhm.
It's very much a kind of a tech bro political area because it's like right nearby DC.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure there's so many like watercolor courses and things at the colleges and schools and things around that if I were to point out and say like, it's Sketchbook Saturday, I'm going to be at this cafe, somebody would show up.
Yeah.
It's on my list of things to do.
It's just a thing where like if you do your own event, you've got to be the one that commits to it, and then ideally it'll grow. But there might be a few weeks where you're the only one doing it. Like, I mean, like last week when doing this thing, I think it was just me and Sharky. But for a while it was just me by myself doing it, and I was like, I got to come every week though and do it because I said I'd do this every week, and if I'm not doing it, then no one's gonna do it. And the worst case scenario for me is that I could still practice. So
Yeah, no, I think I get it. Like, basically, it was the same with me for streaming.
Oh, this
Yeah.
one's gonna be difficult.
okay,
Yeah, basically.
it's 9 o'clock. I think this will be the last pose. I think this will be the last pose. I might have to jump as soon as I'm done here, though. I might not do a full 20 minutes. I think just 15 minutes might be good.
Yeah, kind of
Um,
a cool down.
Okay.
cool down pose, and then I'll skip through if it's a dumb looking pose. I'll skip to something more interesting because I don't want it to end on a weird pose. But you shouldn't avoid weird poses in life drawing. In real life, you got to get all the angles. But
You gotta be the weird pose.
Yeah.
yeah. Last one.
Joke
50
aside,
I've
Yeah.
got 2 poses today that I consider weird
Longer?
for me to draw.
Okay.
I'm still curling hair.
You're still curling? Okay, we'll do. Hold on, my wife is still curling hair, so in that case, we'll do a longer pose. Let me cancel it quick. We're gonna do a full 30 minutes. This
Eee,
the
okay.
longest
Oh, okay.
pose.
Damn.
Okay, so start. It's a pretty good one. Although I kind of want to end on a female model. Oh, damn, missed it.
I think
Okay.
I think a female one would be good. They're harder for me to draw.
As I feel like the balance has been off this session. I feel like if I'm looking at the old ones I did earlier. Anyway, the only thing about this model is they have that weird suit on, and like I guess the suit's supposed to
Yeah.
be like a. We can skip it. Hold on,
It looks
before it gets too into it, let me just jump. This is a nice one. Okay, it's the same muscular woman. The problem with some of this website is there's only so many clothed models. I think there's a lot more naked models. That's what I'm guessing, but it's a pretty powerful pose. Bodybuilder woman. I wish
Oh, nice.
it was also more like it. I wish there was more like normal looking people in terms of body type, like
your
not
average Joes.
yeah, average Joes that are also wearing skimpy outfits. That way we can get like an interesting musculature. Obviously, if we were doing this offline, we could just do it naked people, whatever. But I find drawing people that aren't always ripped is helpful because most people aren't.
I agree.
Um,
I think one of the problems I have with some of these photos as well is the lighting and the backdrops tend to line up. Like for this woman, for example, like some of the highlights on her her side and her leg are the same value and roughly the same warmth as the background.
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
just, now I have to problem solve while I'm problem solving, and I don't want to.
yeah, that's at the live drawing I go to
That's it.
um,
There it is.
in person is they have like multicolored lights. They have like these like pink lights on the model, and then there are these like white lights. But there's not the one thing it doesn't have. They don't have like a direct single light. It's like it's like a bunch of lights over. So you gotta kind of like capture all these nuanced shadows if you're really trying to capture them.
Thing.
Because it's basically it's all like there's a single point light, and then there's basically a pink fill light. So everything is like pink, like if you were to try and do it in color. That's just how it is
that
every week.
helpful?
Yeah, it's
Like with the
fine.
values and everything?
It's okay. I feel like I would like it maybe if we could just try like a one light, single point light. But it's hard. It's like
Is it maybe too like aesthetic?
I think it might be too aesthetic. It's just also like it's the way it works is everyone sits around the model. It's not like everyone's like facing the model in one position. So like some people are going to get better lighting angles than others.
That's true.
You
I mean, that's kind of been. I mean, I don't know what your experience has been like, but pretty much every single life study class I've ever been to or session, everybody's been around the model.
Yeah.
At the bare minimum, in a half circle, if not a whole circle.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because if the model is self-aware enough to switch directions and not face the same way the entire time, you can get some really cool poses that you wouldn't think to get before. Because if you're choosing your spot, you want to pick where you get the right one. But if she's just moving, it also leads to some really unfortunate, like, when you're driving and you get just a bunch of red lights.
Yeah.
There's a similar thing that I've experienced in some of my life study classes where I might just be a day where no matter where I sit after breaks, it happens to be when the life study model positions themselves in a way where I end up with the same
Oh yeah.
visual every time. It just it's funny.
I had the opposite luck last time. Last week.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. Last week the model happened to give me the best angles every time, and it's not been the case. Sometimes I'm getting these weird, super foreshortened angles where the model's pointing towards me, so all I see is their feet, and then it's a really hard angle to draw because it's just the entire body foreshortened in a way where it's super distorted. But this last time I had very interesting poses where the model was she was a fuller figured model, which was nice because the other models we've been drawing have all been really skinny people. So I was like, okay, this is a good change up because everyone's been super skinny or more on the leaner side, and she wasn't. So I was like, okay, I get to play around with this whole body mass, and then she kept facing in certain ways for me. I was like, okay, this is a really good angle. I'm getting interesting rhythms to the body, the curves and the straight lines, basically combos. But yeah, that's
So you got all the green lights then. That's
all the
good.
green
That's
lights,
nice.
but it's not always the case because there was I think one of the days the model before or the two models 2 times ago was she was the last pose I was on. She was basically had her back to me, and she was leaning against a chair thing. So I was mainly seeing the chair, and then she was sitting down. So I basically saw her shoulders, and it was all I could see was her shoulders and her head, the back of her head, and I basically saw no part of her body. And you can move. The whole point is you can move around. But I try not to move too much just because I feel the model moves around enough on her own, or their own, whoever they are. I feel you don't need to move around too much, because also it'd be really annoying if you just constantly moved every single pose. It becomes too selective. I feel is it more of a challenge to
Situations.
make yourself...
You can just study very specific body parts.
That's true.
If the pose itself isn't that interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, that's last week I had the last pose for the model last week. She was leaning on something, but she was basically facing me, and shoulders up were showing, but everything else was behind this little I don't know, it was a bench or something. I was oh, I'm just gonna do a study of her shoulders and her head, and just really go into detail on her head and shoulders, which I don't normally do. I normally try and capture the whole body. But I think it worked out.
I think one of my favorite models I ever had was this one woman. She was pretty large, definitely not curvaceous. I think at this point, very big.
Yeah.
But what was really awesome about her, aside from the fact that she clearly had been doing this for quite a while, she knew when to rotate to a new direction. She kept the poses all really interesting.
Yeah.
But she was really elegant.
Yeah.
I don't know if she just looked at a lot of poses from Baroque paintings and picked and choose from classic art, or
Yeah.
if she just did dance or something. But she always moved her hands to this beautiful sort of moving the fingers in a way that there's a curve to them. There was movement to her poses.
Wait, that looks actually
without her
really
having to do
nice,
anything.
then.
And she was just very beautiful.
That's
She was a lot of fun to draw.
That's exactly what this model last week was like. She kept posing almost this this classic Venus pose, where she was almost she was coming out of the seashell kind of poses. So she knew how to like get into a very interesting pose, even though she was just like standing.
Yeah.
It was always interesting pose, but was but yeah.
So you did you ever take any figure study sessions while you were in Los Angeles? Or
I
in the
only
area?
I only took one. It was with I don't know if you've heard of Karl Dobsky. Have you heard of Karl Dobsky?
The name's not familiar, no.
He's like this. He's a kind of a classically trained painter, and he used to run this atelier called the Safe House Atelier, and
Oh,
they were
cool.
like a very traditional atelier, like a traditional, like old fashioned, like master painting course kind of classes where you do like cast drawings and long form
Nice.
life drawing pose. So it was like a 20-hour pose we did,
Wow. Okay.
and it was
That's
like
really cool.
it was like the same pose over the course of 2 weeks, and every class was like 2 hours long, so it's like 5 days a week, 2 hours, 10 20 yeah 20 hours, and you basically are expected to, if you follow the process the way they describe and you're accurately capturing everything, your drawing should basically look like a black and white photo by the time you're done. Like, it's nuts. It's like it's the first time I've ever done something like that, and it was like I didn't get to finish the whole thing by the time the class was done. I only got like the head and the shoulders done. Because some people would take it home and like work on it at home. That was the only way you're actually getting it completely done, just because I can't really show you on my iPad, but I can try. So like, I'm drawing this woman right now on the iPad. The way you would do it is you block in the outer form, kind of the way I did with the woman, but you would measure everything as you're doing it. So like
Oh yeah.
you like block in like the elbow to the chest is about this long at this angle. You gotta make the mark. You kind of like you gently do the little marks first, then you draw in the contours, and then you got to go in and start doing like the shadows. So like they would make you do like the entire shadow side. So like you would start like if I'm drawing with my pencil on the iPad, you kind of see the shadow that I'm laying in with with the drawing, and then this is for anyone watching on YouTube. Um,
Yeah, I'm a little behind.
um,
Like lag.
if you look at how I drew, there's a natural grain to the pencil where you're like, oh yeah, like naturally when you draw, the graphite doesn't hit every single little pocket of paper. It creates a little bit of a paper grain. Well, Carl was like, oh, I'm zooming in so you can see the grain I'm talking about. Carl was like, oh, you basically missed a spot, and he like went in with the pencil and like it's hard. I don't know if you could tell what I'm doing on YouTube, but like I'm going in and meticulously shading in every single spot that I missed with the grain of the paper. And that's how detailed you had to be with the level of like black shadow. It had to be completely black, like completely
The
one tone of black.
the window you've got up is blocking what you're showing.
Of
But
course.
I've seen other people do this.
Oh, okay.
So there was
Not too long.
one of the things I noticed, or I guess I just sort of pieced together while I was taking classes, when I was still there, was that there was sort of a ring of models. Like they went everywhere. If they worked as a model in LA, then they probably also worked as one in Ventura County and some of the
Yeah.
other places. They hit all the colleges or whatever. And there was one model who I had seen a couple of times, but at different places. So I went to Moorpark College for a little bit, and he was there. And then I switched. Oops, he's dropping things. And then I switched over to Santa Monica College for a little bit, and he showed up there again. I did like a solo session at I forget where, but I think I saw him like a third time. And this guy was really good, but he was kind of accidentally hilarious.
Mm.
I'm not gonna say his name because I don't want to like make fun of him, but the experience of him being a model was just like fabulous. Um, so he did like this breathing thing. Like he was very fit, and I don't know if he did yoga or Pilates or what, but every time he would switch to a different pose, he would do this like, and then he just had to sit there and accept that this is what's happening while he's completely nude and shifting gears again. And then he'd sit there and keep the pose. Sometimes he'd tense a muscle, sometimes he wouldn't, and it was just like he was great. He was awesome. It was really funny.
That's really funny.
Sounds like
You know, he needs to do that. That's what he was doing.
Yeah.
he sounds like a guy who who may or may not be in his mid to late 40s, sitting down.
He just got the dad sounds. He's
My joints don't work the way they used
I
to.
think that might be me, Dad. Let's see.
I mean, I think I have that thing too, but I feel like it's like working with kids,
Ow.
like it ages you.
Oh yeah, working with kids like changes you.
Yeah, I think last week I was looking at myself in the mirror at the Art Students League, and I saw one white hair on my beard, and I was
Did
like, "Fuck,
The
God." My bad.
no, what I was gonna say is I used to work. So I used to work at the haunted house, and I used to like have really bad temper. Partially due because it was before I was on my meds, but I had this bad temper, right? And then like I took a summer off, and I went and taught art lessons with kids, and like working with kids is just so like nuts. Like I basically realized I had way more patience than I realized I had, because like once you start working with kids, you kind of like you can't just go freaking out in a kid. You can't just like lose your cool. So
Well, you could, but it wouldn't be suggested.
you could, but you can't. Ideally, your teacher's not
Yeah.
freaking out in front of a student. But
It's only fun for one of you, and it's not the child.
yeah, and then I went back to the haunted house job, and I realized how like high strung everyone was there, and I was like, oh, this is like way easier because like there's no like kids involved, so there's no like like safety concern with like oh get to watch out with the kids and the supplies, and like you gotta like be aware of what they're doing, and this whole thing you gotta be like conscious of what's going on, and like you still have to be conscious obviously of the job I was at, but like it wasn't nearly as crazy, and I was like I have like a lot more leeway to just like relax because there's nothing too bad's gonna happen with the people I was working there with, and like
Yeah, and none of your coworkers are gonna bite you.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, there was like one of my coworkers at the time, like I had just gotten back, and it was like we were all working on the sets, and like I was like working on costumes with some people in one room, and then I just heard this fuck, and then I heard this crash, like it's like this big, like this noise, and then I was like, what happened? And the guy was like, oh, I just hit my finger with a hammer. And I was like, well, what else happened? Because it was sounding like a loud bang. And he goes like, well, I got really mad and hit my finger with a hammer, so then I threw the box of nails across the room. And I was like, oh, that sucks. So I was like, now you gotta go pick all those nails up. I was like, what are you doing? Like, why'd you throw the nails? You're gonna have to make more of a mess for yourself. Which is like it's crazy behavior. I was realizing because I was like, okay, like I won't have to deal with this like going forward. But yeah. I was teaching the art classes, and I was instructed. My job was to teach the sculpture class, and so I had a teaching partner, and we'd go to these different recreation centers, and we taught art for free. Not we got paid, but like they're free classes for kids, and then like we brought all the supplies, so the kids didn't have to bring supplies. We brought all the supplies for them, and we were doing like cardboard sculptures, and so we had like tape and cardboard, and then like X-Acto knives and scissors. And the big thing was like, okay, at the end of the class, count all the knives, because you can't, you don't want to go, you don't want to lose all your knives. You gotta like, keep track of the knives. And we were at this one like the particularly troublesome location because it was all for like at-risk youth. So we were at this like particularly troublesome location, and I had to like stop one of the students from like threatening another student with an X-Acto knife, and I was like, "Hey, put that down!" Like, and to like get after them. And then at the end of the class, she and I were counting up our supplies, and I was like, "Oh fuck, we're missing like 3 knives." I was like, "Oh well." Like, so much for that. I don't know what else to do.
It's kind of funny. It's like we're missing 3 knives. It's like next thing you know, the police come. It's like, hey. No, it's like this. Where are the knives? The murder weapon. One of the things you have in your basket. Where is it? And it's like your inability to answer that question makes you an accessory.
Yeah.
And you have to go to prison now.
Yeah. Get locked up. Teach art in prison. Make tattoos. I'd become a tattoo artist in prison.
Yeah.
They'd be like, "Oh, he's really good."
Yeah, and I think I got the type of cold where my body is just it just doesn't want to function. It's like, God damn it,
Yeah.
how much more of this?
Yeah. I've had that before. It's like a cold where like you don't feel too bad, but you feel just bad enough to be like, I kind of don't want to do anything.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's like I don't really want to do anything. I don't want to get up.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like it's not an excuse to like ditch work. So it's like, fuck.
Yeah, I've had that. I stopped. I don't go into work in office anymore, but like I did after the COVID thing. Like, if I feel like remotely sick, I just wouldn't go into the office because I was like, no, we can't be getting everyone sick. Because before COVID, it would be like, oh, I feel kind of sick, but I'll go into work still. I don't want to miss work, and like I don't want my boss to be like, oh, why are you missing work? And then like after COVID though, I was like, no, if you're sick, don't even dare come to work. I don't want you getting us all sick.
I mean, that's just how you establish dominance, If you just look at somebody in the eye and you turn away to sneeze, but you give them a look back in the eye again to let them know that you didn't have to turn your head. You chose not to, and that's
Yes.
the power you wield. Yeah.
But it is a crazy way to think of it. That like before COVID, you're sick. And it's like, no, you still got to come into work, no matter what it's wrong with you. And then after COVID, it's like, oh no, take all the time you need. Don't come near us. Don't touch us.
Yeah, for me it was like,
You should text.
what was that?
They look at you like your nemesis from
Oh.
Resident Evil.
Yeah. I think that was the main thing for me was like, whenever I heard like a coworker be like, oh, I have kind of got a little bit of a cold today, I'd always be like, fuck, why are you even here, dude? Like, you're just gonna get me sick. Like, I just don't want to get sick. Like, it's not worth it.
Don't even look at me if you're gonna sneeze.
Yeah.
Don't even think my name.
Don't even think.
Yeah, that's. I'm regretful to inform you, but when I coughed, I thought, ew, that was gross, and then girl popped in my head immediately after gross. So expect a cold.
If I die, I'm gonna haunt you. Just throwing that there.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm getting so stuck on this pose specifically. I think I've redone it like a number of times here.
The
last two, I was just like no problem at all. But here I'm just not feeling the rhythm. There's nothing wrong with the pose. This is definitely a me thing.
No, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of like in this mindset where it's like I do not care how the pose looks. Just get it done. Allow yourself to suck.
Um,
That's what I basically just did.
yeah.
Mostly because I didn't really know what else I should do with the last pose. I thought I'd
Getting
done
caught
good
up in the
enough.
minutia of the realism of it. So like, I'm trying to go more cartoony, but now I'm getting caught up in it's not cartoony enough.
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just having a bit of a perfectionist cycle. I think would be a good way to describe it.
Yeah, I just try and like.
You're basically what's it Dan calls it? You kind of I can't remember what he calls it, but when you're just second guessing everything, you don't know where.
Yeah.
To go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
And just
which is a shame because like
Paralysis,
my last
symptom
pose I
paralysis.
liked very much.
yeah, analysis paralysis. Yeah,
Yeah.
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 That's
I just try and pick out little, because I still think of it like I'm trying to like look at interesting little areas. So like, it's interesting the way her torso is bending. So I kind of got that in loosely. It wasn't like I'm not trying to do that 20-hour make it perfect. And then I was like, oh, the reflected light looks pretty cool. Let me try and play with that a little bit. And I do that, and then like I kind of noodle around, and I'm kind of like trying to take mental notes the whole time, but I'm not trying to walk away with like a beautiful image. Personally, that's just not like, if that was the goal, I'd probably just do one pose for the entire 2 hours and just really work on it, for 2 hours. But
We ought to do that at some point just for the hell of it.
yeah, we could do that.
I mean, she's such a built person. She's got all these interesting little areas where just the way the light's coming down her thigh, or where her oh gosh, what's that set of muscles along your rib cage under the pecs called? That's not your lats, is it?
The lats are.
Lats are on your back, right?
Yeah,
like,
lats are on the back.
The superhero rib cage
The
has got a bit of that.
The stratus or something, is that what the name is?
I think so.
Something with the S.
Her like her thighs too, like you can really see the rectangularness of like the planes of her thighs coming in from the shading on both of them really, but on her stage right thigh,
Yeah,
that
yes.
big shadow coming down, that flat highlight coming across the top. It's
Yeah.
just, like she's really interesting. I just also gotta get that flow in there. I'm getting
Yeah.
too caught up. Too many things. Too many good things.
We should maybe next week we just do one long pose. It might be fun.
Yeah.
We could do that. If you show up late, you just lose time. So it's on you. If you get there early, you get all the time you
Fair
want.
enough.
But
Maybe 3 long poses, so that way it's not. I don't know.
you can play it by ear.
Lost my train of thought.
Whoever.
I feel like I'd like to try like some of the shorter ones just to like practice with my speed.
You can all. Oh, let me just while we're here. I'm just gonna.
That's just a me thing.
Well, where's the resources? In the resources channel, I'm just gonna link the line of action. That's the website we use, so you could always go to it and use it on your own in your free time, just like if you want to do short poses.
Yeah, I remember Jacobo sending it to me months ago. I might actually properly use it this time round.
You should do it. You
Yeah.
should.
Know
It's
what the
good.
hell I'm
It's
doing.
good practice. You could do it for like, do a bunch of 1-minute poses in the morning or in the right before bed. Just do like a bunch of 1-minute poses to get your gesture drawing in.
Yeah.
Oh, Art Cram. Sorry,
It's really
it's going good.
Oh, that
Artcram's
looks
good.
nice.
Art Cram's in the YouTube chat. But I keep forgetting that that's even a thing because we're chatting here on the voice.
Who is this illustrious Arcram?
Art Cram. He was doing the kickflip Space Marine. I don't know if you saw that in the critique section.
Oh yeah.
He was
got a lot of really fun pieces like that.
streaming earlier today. I said hi to him when I was working.
Kickflip space. Oh my god, it's beautiful.
It's very
Kickflip Space.
fun. I love
Yeah.
his sense of humor, like in his work.
Yeah,
By the glory of Imperium.
Was that like the skateboard one?
yeah. It's him. That's who's art.
Oh yeah, no, that looks great. You know, that looks great.
Um,
Yeah.
he was streaming on Twitch earlier today. I think he streams, at least for my time zone, he streams at 1 p.m. So I think it's morning for the East Coast. Because he's in Canada.
Yeah.
But it's cool. Whenever someone streams in the morning, like, especially when Dan does his early streams, I'm always like, oh shit, like, Dan was doing some really early streams like a few months ago, and like I was like starting my day off at like 10 in the morning, 10:30, and Dan was streaming, and I was like, dude, what time is it for you? He was like waking up at like 4 in the morning or something to stream.
Yeah, that's when he actually was waking up at like 4 or
Yeah.
5 in the morning. He's like, well, I'm just gonna draw.
Yeah,
There was a point where I had an all-nighter. I was up pretty much the entire 24 hours one night, and he happened to start streaming at what would have been 4 or 5 o'clock for him.
yeah,
And I was just still awake, and there was like nobody else in there for like a good couple hours.
yeah. What I
That
thought
was a
was
good day. That was fun.
what was cool when I did that week of 7 a.m. studies. A lot of my friends from the West Coast were still up late night
Nice.
hanging out, so I got to chat with some of my Canadian West Coast friends because they were just up in like a voice chat, hanging. And I was like, oh shit, I could talk with them. I was like, I haven't spoken with them in like months. But that was cool.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna dip out. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna lie in my bed for half an hour until my therapy session. Yeah, my body is just going full I don't want to do anything right now.
no, get some
One
rest.
with the mucus now. Good
Fair
luck.
enough.
Feel better.
Yep.
Take care, man.
Take care.
Get some rest. His therapy says it just reminded me. I did my first hypnotherapy session on Friday.
What'd you think?
It was crazy cool. It was just an introductory like session where like they basically just it was he. My therapist induced me into a trance and basically got me to like into the trance mode, and like I felt how it felt, and then we talked about it. And that was it. It was real rudimentary to start. Oh, that was less. Pose.
What is what's the goal for hypnotherapy?
So the way it's supposed to work is like it helps you overcome certain things. Like it could help you overcome like pain or trauma, or in my case, I kind of like a hypochondriac sometimes. I say sometimes, it's like a lot of the time, but
That-
a hypochondriac where you're
Hypochondriac
afraid
is
you're
when
gonna get sick and die.
Oh,
Like you get worried about your
What
health.
it's like it gets in the way of your life.
Yeah, like for me, for instance, I injured my shoulder from drawing too much, right?
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, I injured my shoulder from drawing too much, and then like I felt kind of an ache on my left side, and then I was like, oh, my left side aches. That might be my kidneys failing, and then it's like, and then I'm like,
Yep.
yeah, then like
It's a heart attack.
then I feel like another ache on the front of my chest. I'm like, oh, my liver is dying. And like I just jumped to the worst conclusion possible. That's kind of what hypochondriac is. You just think that you're
That's
dying.
small.
Yeah, yeah. And
Um,
lots of people do it, but like I do it.
Have cancer.
Yeah, like it's basically like the, oh my god, I'm dying. So I'm trying to get over that. I also see there because I'm bipolar. So like it's just good to see a therapist and talk to someone when you're bipolar. But the hypochondriac is like the main thing that I was dealing with. And so he was like, well, do you want to try hypnotherapy? Because he specializes in it. And I was like, I guess. I mean, I guess so. I should try it. Like, I don't know. And then we did our first test session on Friday, and it was so cool. I gotta tell y'all, like, just in general, just the act of being hypnotized is cool. Like I was so relaxed. I was like the most relaxed I've like ever been, besides like sleeping. It was weird. Like he basically just started talking to me. He was like, "We're gonna go into this other room," and I was like, "Okay." He was like, "There's a chair so you can lean your head back and just relax." I was like, "Okay." So he sat down in the chair and he was like, "Okay, just sit down, put your head back, sit back against the chair and just relax and just think about calm things and just like basically like without letting like there was no like quote unquote like starting point. He just started talking to me and I slowly started slipping into this trance. I was willingly doing it. Like it wasn't like a he's
It's
not like
not magic.
yeah, he's not forcing me. Like I knew what it was and he told me what was happening. But like I basically started slipping into the trance. I closed my eyes and then like you just get so relaxed. Like remember like I don't know if you saw the movie Get Out,
I did.
where she like hypnotizes him, and at one point she goes like sink, and like he like falls into the chair. He never said that to me, but like there's parts where you're like you feel so relaxed that like basically you just feel gravity pulling you into the earth, and so it feels like you're just being pulled downward, like you're just like completely stuck, and like your eyelids are like shut so like not tightly, but like they're so heavy, like you can't open them. Like I mean, you could open them if you really wanted to open them. You could open them, but like they feel so relaxed that like your eyelids are just like glued shut, and like you just are completely the most relaxed possible. It's just crazy. It was really cool, and then like it was something that I really enjoyed, and so anyway, the actual therapy portion of it will start next time, and he'll like suggest things of like he'll be like hey when you think of something that makes you worried release it or something. He'd say some suggestions like that, and like that'll be how it goes for it. Then you talk about it afterwards. Talk about it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope that ends up helping you. It sounds like it has pretty good potential to do it.
Yeah, I think so, and I think just like if you have the chance to just be hypnotized, I think it's a really cool experience. Not like the stage,
I
not
am
like the
very
stage
sure.
stuff, but like
Yeah, until you suddenly become a sleeper agent.
yes.
One day.
Nobody hears a chicken.
Yeah. They're just gonna be like, they're just gonna say like, um, they're just gonna say like, sea bass, and I'm gonna go sea bass activated, and just go and kill someone. Anyone on stream? Here are the studies for today. These are the ones for today. Anyone in chat? I'm going to keep talking, but I'm going to end the stream. So anyone on stream, thanks for joining us. Hope you had a good time. I'm here every Tuesday, and then if you're in the Discord, you can jump into the voice chat. But thanks for joining. Have a great day. I'll talk to y'all next week.